And let me make sure you guys are ready to go. Grab your journals, grab whatever it is that you feel like you're taking notes in. This is what, day 4, Monday through Thursday. Just giving back, just showing the community that we are no joke. We started this community, Extra Digit Global, just last week. I just got a text message, literally, from my man, Mr. Hayes, saying, "Hey, Brian, I got people on board in South Africa." Shout out to Al Tariq. I got people on board in Trinidad. I got another friend of mine on board in Johannesburg. Why? Because we put ourselves in a position to take advantage of industries that are trending, industries that are moving, and right now AI is that industry. So what we're doing is we're showing you that triangle offense because for the month of November, we're preparing you mentally for the mindset necessary to be successful, and then we're preparing you for the skill set necessary with our simple framework, and then we're putting together the AI tools to help you make all of this happen and make money at the same time. I'll show you guys the picture and give you guys a great summary, but I just want you guys to know Monday through Thursday, same Zoom, set your alarm clocks, set your calendars, write it down. Next week, you're going to have to register. Okay, I wanted to get everybody comfortable this week, Monday through Thursday, 7:25 Eastern. But next week, you're going to have to register. So be on the lookout in the community for the link to actually get registered so we can give you guys some treats and some special things and some special announcements and some special courses. But you got to get registered for that, for these Zooms. So go ahead and mark your calendar so I won't have to remind you. That's the first thing. The second thing is last night I talked about how to get in business with the government. And the way to get in business with the government, who has the largest checkbook in the world, is for you to become a business owner. I talked about if you don't have a business, believe it or not, you're only a consumer, which means that if you don't produce something and you aren't creating something that people want to purchase, and you don't have something that people desire to solve a problem, then in this economy and it's in this country and especially in this economy, you just gonna get beat up, creamed up, used and abused and thrown to the wolves when you so-called retire, and then you wonder what happened. What you can do is say, hey, I'm going to listen to the rules of the wealthy. Every wealthy person I know has a business somewhere in their portfolio. I don't care. Oprah Winfrey may have started in, I believe, Mississippi as an anchor woman. Then she got her own TV show, but things didn't take off until she got OWN. If that ain't the best acronym I've ever seen, OWN, OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network, I said, oh, she got him with that one. She got him. Now, the second coolest acronym I've ever heard is simple. Shift, increase, multiply, protect, and leverage everything. Gerald, that's the best acronym I heard. And we're going to get as big as OWN one day. But no, every business owner everybody you look up to, they have a business in their portfolio. LeBron James, yeah, you see him on TV, but he became a billionaire because of his business acumen. Production with his partners, Maverick and those guys in Hollywood. Everybody has a business. So what you have to do as the average person who's just trying to get ahead, I'm not labeling you. I'm saying most people in America are trying to get ahead. They're working hard. They're living paycheck to paycheck. The paycheck is gone before they get the next one. They have to do the same thing though. The difference is our business and a home-based business doesn't have to be based on talent or skill. Our business with AI and a home-based business is more important that you're in the right place at the right time. Our business, a home-based business, doesn't take hundreds of thousands of dollars or dribbling a basketball or some type of endorsement deal or some Fortune 500 company that wants you to risk tons and tons of money. Our business is what? This triangle, this whirlwind of success, this circular virality, where one effort that you creates streams of income in upcoming industries. Put this in your notes. All ships rise with the tide. And when I learned that, I was like, this is so true. I don't have to be the biggest, brightest, baddest, smartest person in the world. What I got to do is get my butt in position. Put that in the comments. Get in position. Get in position. And Kayla, I'm so sorry. I jumped right in. If you would, text me and let me know if you're cool to come on at the end because I want to holler at you real quick. I'm sorry. Let me just do a quick side note to my girl, Kayla. I jumped right in here, Kayla, because I got excited. But let me know. Text me real quick if you're gonna be on at the very, very end, because I want to talk to you and another young lady. Now back to the train. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that getting in position and timing is a lot of times the reason most people are better off than you think. It's because they got in the right place at the right time, and you wonder why they got lucky. See, Vanilla Ice got lucky. I don't care what you say, I don't care how you slice it. Vanilla Ice got lucky. And to this day, he's extremely, extremely well off. Now, we found out later that he was a fraud. We found out later that he didn't live the lifestyle that he was trying to depict and all of that. But he doesn't care what you think right now, because the man got tens of millions of dollars in real estate because he was in the right place at the right time, where hip hop followed a certain figurehead and then found another figurehead, and he fit that particular figurehead and had the right beat, just the right beat. And it wasn't even an original beat. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. That came from some group way back in the day. A lot of people use that beat. He had Ice Ice Baby, one song, but he parlayed that money into some investments, and the boy is filthy rich today. I can't hate on him. I might have hated on the swoop back then and the baggy pants back then, but I can't hate on Vanilla Ice, the businessman, because he was positioned. When are you gonna get in position? When are you gonna get in position? Or you gonna keep watching everybody get positioned while you lobby for positioning and fight for positioning on your job, or fight for positioning in your family, or fight for positioning in your community, or fight for positioning? No, get ahead for once in your life. Get ahead of the position so that you can rise with all the ships as the tide rolls in. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm by far not the most educated person in the world. I am not the wealthiest person in the world. You know what I've been very, very gifted and blessed at doing for the past 30 years? I get in position, and I'm not afraid to pivot. When I see something big, I'm not afraid to make changes. When I know that an industry is documented, I'm not afraid to help pioneer it and put it on the map, because I believe in getting position. So if you want to get position, you got to plug into these Monday through Thursday nighters for 30 minutes. If you want to get position, you got to put yourself in a position where you tell other people about a how important timing is, and about a new industry. And while it's still getting figured out, you making money at the same time. You got to get position. This country, I talked about this last night, but this country rewards people that are in position as business owners. Now, if a business is not part of your portfolio, you may be in position, but you're not 100% positioned, because you're not taking advantage of everything that the government gives you just by being in business with them. Look, if the biggest checkbook on the planet is the US government, Brian, how do you know that? Well, the last time I checked, the government bailed the banks out. The banks didn't bail the government out. Oh, you thought it was the bank, huh? Just because they got the biggest building downtown. Now, last time I checked, the government had to bail the banks out. The banks didn't bail the government out. See, this is what you got to remember. I'll say that for another conversation. I got a whole framework of trainings I'm gonna give you guys. I'll say that for another conversation. Let me show you something real quick. All right. This is a very important statistic that I'm about to show you, or a very important train of thought that I'm about to show you. Last night, I talked about this just to give you some food for thought. If your money is safe at the bank with a CD, it must also be safe enough for you to own some of the bank. I talked about that yesterday. So if you got checking account, savings account, CD, all giving you -5%, -1%, 2%, if you're extremely lucky, if your money's safe enough for you to have one of their products, then it must be safe enough also for you to what? Own a piece of the bank. So we talked about the pandemic and proof, how they took care of business owners and how they gave non-business owners a stimulus check and how they gave business owners billions of dollars. We talked about the tax incentives of owning a home-based business. Why? Because the government will whisper to you, see, here's the trick. Here's the illusion. From K through first grade, second, all the way through elementary, middle school, kindergarten, and PhD, and even beyond, they prepare you to work for someone else. Here's the big illusion. So we spend all our lives believing that getting a job is the way to go. Climbing corporate America in a certain era was the way to go. Before that, with our grandparents, it was the industrial age mentality. Work for a company, 30, 40, 50 years, get a pension, they pay you for the rest of your life. We thought that was the way to go. Let me be clear, nothing wrong with any of those things. Nothing wrong with the industrial age, nothing wrong with the corporate age. What's wrong is if you're still thinking like that in the age of collaboration. That's what's wrong. What's wrong is if you still believe that climbing the corporate American ladder or having an industrial age pension still works in 2025. If you believe that AI, artificial intelligence, the internet, social media, and technology, they've already shown you that jobs can be easily replaced by the internet. Jobs can be easily replaced by technology. Jobs can be easily replaced. It's 200 or 200,000 people in America make more than, no, 2 million people in America make more than $100,000 a year, six figures, just because of social media. So these things have already been tried and true. Consumers have now produced their own currency called cryptocurrency. It's a peer-to-peer exchange. The blockchain was created to help distribute not just cryptocurrency, but it's got every type or every form of security protection can be secured on the blockchain. So what is that telling you? Your industrial age thinking is the problem. Your corporate American thinking is the problem. Nothing wrong with those vehicles. It's your mindset. So when we come on and we see, and you see that extra digit global helps you with your mindset, then simple, shift, increase, multiply, protect, and leverage everything gives you a skill set. And then artificial intelligence, AI, gives you a tool set. Now you see why we're bringing people to a community that helps with all three areas: the mental, the skills, and the tools. So when you get this, you have a little wake up call. We talked about business owners and the secret being, I just talked about the secret being whispered to you from high school, college, all the way from elementary. Get a degree, get a job. That's honorable, that's noble, nothing wrong with it. You never hear me bash a job. Here's the problem. The minute I got my degree, I'm just gonna tell you my story. The minute I got my degree from Morehouse, you know what everybody told me? Now you know you need to go down there and see such and such who work in HR because they hire. Now you know your uncle got a friend. If you give him the resume, he can shop it to somebody because they hire. You know, such and such mom worked down in human resources and they can hire you. Well, if it's not what I know, it's really who I know, then why y'all put me through all that? Why are Americans in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt? Why is the government having to forgive some student loans because the situation and interest rates are so dire that your job will never pay off your student loans? I'm talking about ever. You can't even get a house because your debt to income is so lopsided. Your credit cards are so lopsided. Your credit score took a hit. People can't even get a house because the student loans, they've been deferred. You've been out of school 25, 30 years. Who put you in that position and then told you, you know, it ain't what you know, it's who you know? Well, what the hell? If it was who I knew, if Auntie can get me a job by just handing it to somebody, then y'all couldn't tell me that before six figures in debt. That's the illusion. Then, instead of us teaching entrepreneurship one-on-one, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming myself. I'm blaming the infrastructure. I'm blaming the endowments that run these colleges. I'm blaming the foundation for not making entrepreneurship a major part of the curriculum. I'm not talking about an elective. I'm not talking about a class here and there. I'm talking about a major, major part of the curriculum. If it's who I know, and then when I graduate, y'all tell me I should have went down there and saw so-and-so, then you tell me that you got a business on the side. Why didn't you put the business just as much of a priority, make the business just as much of a priority as you did the job? And I could have been working on both of these at the same time. Then I would have had options. Everybody type this in the comments. Freedom, options, and choices. You want freedom, options, and choices. So had y'all made entrepreneurship a priority, and had you told me the things you're telling me now that I went through 4 years of college, and had you told me that I should have been building a business at the same time, then I could have said, okay, my business is doing this, my job is doing this, then I can have freedom, options, and choices. Most people don't give us freedom, options, and choices. Most situations will never give you freedom, options, and choices because they like to choose for you. When I got that, I started my business. And I started a small business my sophomore year in college. And when I graduated, I worked a job for 90 days and my business won out, guys. I wasn't smart. I was just positioned. I was positioned. I had mentors making more money in a month than I was making in a year. They were making more money in a week than I was making in a month. I was 22 years old. At the time, they were 28 years old. They showed me that making money was possible. And I was dumb enough and naive enough to believe it. And I believed it. And guess what? I retired 30 years ago because I had a mentor. That's what this community is about. Mentorship, positioning, not being afraid to pivot, being in the right place at the right time, and having a group of people that are positive, upwardly mobile, going in the same direction, and not letting anything distract you. Let me show you the distraction. Here's the big one. This is the big distraction. Watch this. Okay. To not own a business regulates you to a consumer, where feeding business owners is your business. Put that in your notes. To not own a business, I think I said regulates, relegates you to a consumer, where feeding business owners is your business. Yeah. See, y'all have heard this saying before, but apply it in this context. If you can't beat them, join them. If you can't beat them, join them. So if business owners, day one and day two of this Truth About Money series, if business owners are passing inflation to consumers, if you can't beat them, join them. If the government is giving tax incentives and billions of dollars in relief to business owners, if you can't beat them, join them. If businesses are giving billions of dollars of endowments to colleges to teach colleges or to give the curriculum that you must teach these people how to come back and work for us. So business owners give endowments to colleges to enforce or influence the curriculum. The colleges can't survive without the endowments from corporate America. Corporate America needs you to become an employee so they can get more tax dollars. So colleges teach what corporate America wants them to teach, and that's not entrepreneurship. But corporate America, those are businesses. If you can't beat them, join them. So my question to you is, why don't you have one? We can give you one for $99. And it comes with the tools and the marketing and the AI and the website and the funnels and the community and the mentorship and the $1 billion backing for $99. 99. Look, watch this. What's up, Coach Johnny? Appreciate the love. Watch this. I want to show y'all something. This is something that you need to consider when you say to yourself, I don't need a business and I don't know nobody that want a business. Or some of your friends are going to tell you, that they don't need a business. And I'm not here to push business ownership on you. I'm doing these Zooms all week, all month actually, because I care about people and I want you to end the year with a bang. I'm doing these Zooms to show you that I'm excited about being on the cutting edge of brand new technology. I'm doing the Zooms to show you the different things that my mentors taught me over the years, and put me in a position to win. Now, I want you to see how your thinking can shift with just something like one slide. Watch this. Your money is going to make somebody wealthy. The question is who? So put that in your notes. Your money is going to make somebody wealthy. The question is who? So let's use sports in this example just to prove a point real quick. In sports, the team is the product. Now, if you don't know that, then you need to know that. So whoever your favorite owner is, Arthur Blank, Jerry Jones, my man up there with the Patriots, any sport, whatever, Mr. Kraft, Robert Kraft, whatever your team is, the team is the product. Somebody had enough money and enough vision to start a professional team. Sometimes it's one person, sometimes it's some investors. The Lakers have a whole family, right? The Bus family, but that's the product. Now let's look at how sports plays a role in the statement above, where your money is going to make somebody wealthy. The question is who? If sports is the product and we're at home watching it, then the television commercials that run during the game are the sponsors. So why don't you see a whole bunch of products for, I don't know, sickness during the sports commercials? Why? Because those come on at night when you're not feeling well. So all the prescription drugs and things like that, that's at night. During the sports, you're looking at beer commercials. You're looking at pizza commercials. You're looking at food commercials. You're looking at restaurant commercials because you're hungry watching the game. So you might pick up the phone and say, hey, we need some wings. That's why this team is the product, but the marketing and advertising is going to that sponsorship. I'm going somewhere with this, and when I finish, you ain't gonna like it. The ads, let's go to the game. Let's actually go to the game. Now, before we're at home watching the game, the ads that you see on the wall, behind the catcher, in front of the pitcher, the ads that you see in the ice hockey rink, at the hockey matches, the ads that you see in this global game called soccer. They call it football around the world, but it's called football around the world. In the US, we call it soccer. The advertisements that you see on the jerseys, those are sponsors. The Jumbotron that you look up at because you are not on the field or on the court, the banners that you see, those are sponsors. Let's go down to the concessions. You're eating, you're drinking, you're walking, you're in the like the corridors getting to your seats. Everything you see along the walls, those are the sponsors. Coca-Cola, if you're drinking Coke or a Sprite or a Coke product, that is a sponsor. So you're getting marketed to at the game on the Jumbotron. You get marketed to during the game with the jerseys, during the game with the cushions on the walls, during the game at the concession stands. If you're at home, you get marketed to during the game on your television set with the commercials that are being played during the game. Okay, you're not gonna like where I'm going, but I gotta take you there because hey, that's our job in Extra Digi Global. So NASCAR, another sport, wraps the cars. I don't care, everything from M&Ms to Valvoline oil to Frosted Flakes is on these NASCARs. You guys have seen it. You know I'm telling the truth. As the cars go around the track, I just want to ask you a question. How exciting can this be? Now, ain't that what we're doing? And I'm just there all day. Okay, it's a $1 billion industry. There's a huge industry for NASCAR. It's huge. I'm not knocking it. I'm just not into being somewhere where I'm gonna watch some cars go around. But we're watching every car. You can't see the paint on the car. You can't see the paint on the car. That's advertising. The last time I was in Vegas, they brought the Indy 500. Now, I didn't know this. I didn't know, and forgive my ignorance, that when Indy 500 come to your city, they turn your city into the track. I didn't know that. They tore down walls, they opened up lanes, they moved like small businesses to the side. They race through the city. I didn't think they could turn your city into a racetrack. Do you know how much money they must be making to move walls, create tracks, put the buffers up like rubber tires and cushions so nobody will fly through Neiman Marcus in a race car doing 200 miles an hour? Do you know how much money it costs to come in and put bleachers up throughout your city so the people that want to see the Indy 500 can sit in the bleachers while the cars run all through the city? I had no idea that that's what they did. Now we got to ask ourselves a serious question. If all the marketing and advertisements that go on NASCAR, on the walls in baseball, on the jerseys in every sport, on the Jumbotron when you're there, when you walk in at the concession stand, if all of that is for marketing, who's the other product? The other product is you. You the product. See, the minute I learned that marketing is the most important part of any business, that's when I learned I got to pivot. See, I was in a company where marketing wasn't important. I was in a company where the marketing sucked. I was in a company where marketing, they didn't care. So it made me work harder. It made my friends work harder because we don't care nothing about marketing. Just push harder. Well, people get tired of pushing. Marketing is the number one thing you need in your business because now people pull you and say, hey, I'm in. What you doing? The same way marketing pulls you to the game. That's marketing. When you see LeBron versus Kyrie tonight, that's marketing. When you see the Steelers versus the Cowboys, and then the two quarterbacks, that's marketing. Boy, look, here's what's funny. The two quarterbacks not even on the field at the same time. Pat Mahomes is not going against Josh Allen, right? But that's the rivalry that we create. Oh boy, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, they both quarterbacks. They dap each other up and like, hey man, good game, congratulations. But now they want to kick each other's ass, don't get me wrong. But the marketing is the fun part on the commercials where we act like a team sport is an individual sport. Tariq, but football ain't boxing. See, in boxing, it's one-on-one. In tennis, it's one-on-one or two-on-two. But they'll turn a team sport and they'll put the two athletes against each other. That's marketing. Boy, tonight, LeBron going against KD. No, the teams are going against each other. A company that markets the best wins. We provide marketing tools for your company so you can win. Then we pay you at the same time to market your own business. Everybody come off mute and say, now that's winning. Only if you believe that that's a win-win situation.
That's winning.
That's winning.
That's
It's
winning.
Ain't no doubt about that.
Now that's winning.
But look, check this out. Don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger. So if marketing, if the sports team is the product, you are the other product, then let's look at what happens. Consumers sponsor the events, then wonder how the players make $320 million with a ball. You at home looking at TV like, how he make $400 million over the course of 8 years pitching a ball? Easy. Enough of us. And inflation. That's how. How Floyd Mayweather made $500 million in 2 fights? Easy. Because of y'all. That's market. Because you Money Mayweather. That's marketing. These boys know how to market. Do y'all know over the course of Jordan's career, I think he made $90 million over the course of 12 years. Do y'all know Floyd Mayweather made that in a night? Y'all, a night. Jordan, 16 years, 14 years, whatever, $90 million. Floyd made that in like 8 rounds, one night. That's inflation. But you want to be on the side of inflation where you enjoy those contracts. You don't want to be on the side of inflation where you get those contracts. Man, let me get off this thing. Look, this type of stuff just pissed me off. And if it pissed me off, I got to piss y'all off. So consumers sponsor the events, then wonder how the players make $320 million with a ball. Then the money it took to get you as a consumer was a write-off for the business owner. So y'all won't think I'm ignorant. Oh, I spelled right wrong. That's supposed to be a write-off. Okay, let's get this right. He talking about money and he just is ignorant. Okay. I can't blame spell check on that one. That's your boy using the wrong synonym. Let's go. Cut. Take two. So if consumers sponsor the events, then we wonder why players make $320 million with a ball. Then it gets worse. The money it took to get you as a consumer, in other words, the marketing was a write-off for the business owner. So what I did was I spent millions of dollars to get you to watch my sports team. I spent millions of dollars to get you to watch this movie. And you wonder why these actors are rich. I spent millions of dollars to get you to stream, to pay for this live stream. Then because it's in the marketing budget of the business owner, they get to write off what it took to get your money. Because it's marketing. So the government says, oh, business owner, you put up some billboards? Yeah. You ran some commercials? Yeah. You put up some internet ads? Yeah. You did some TV? Yeah. In fact, I had to fly to New York on Good Morning America. I had to fly up there to promote. Oh, okay, you get to write off your flight, you get to write off your hotel, write off your food, because that's part of your marketing budget. So to get your money, the business owner gets to subtract from his bottom line. So you increased his revenue and profits, and then he wrote off your marketing to you as an expense. But you don't want to own no business. Okay. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. One more thing before we go. Just one more thing. So you built the company's revenue, you increased their profits, then they wrote you off. Period. Period. You made the company some money. You increased their profits. And then you became a tax deduction. Boy, it's a cold world out here. The more you learn, the more you start realizing, I got to get on the other side. I got to get on the other side. So what we want you guys to understand, I got two special guests, is that marketing is the key to any business. And what we do is we don't let billion-dollar industries keep passing us by. The internet created 34 billionaires. Cryptocurrency created 85,000 millionaires. AI is going to produce more millionaires in the next 5 years than the internet did in 20. The problem is most people have a lack of money. They don't have no money to jump in on these industries. We show you how for $99, and then it starts to pay for itself, how you can get in on the cutting edge of this industry. I got a good friend of mine, two good friends of mine. I'm going to let one young lady close out because she's a beast. I'm going to let the other young lady speak first because she's brand new. And I just asked her to hop on here for me at the spur of the moment and talk to you guys about why she's excited about Extra Digit Global and how she positioned herself to make this thing happen. I need y'all to do me a big favor. Is she out here? Miss Peck, raise your hand for me. Y'all do me a favor and give it up for my girl, Jamel. Jamel, come off mute for me. Come off mute for me. Come off mute for me.
Hello,
Y'all give
hello, 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 Janelle.
Yeah,
Janelle.
girl.
Hi, Janelle.
Welcome,
Welcome, welcome.
All right, Miss Peck, I gotta find you because I don't see you right now. Hold on. I want y'all to hear from somebody fresh in the system today. Jamel, raise your hand for me. There you go. I see you. All right. Oh, you put JP in your thing. All right. What's up, Jamel? Your ink is not even dry on your application. Come off mute for me real quick. Let everybody know where you're from and what you do for a living.
Hi, so I'm here. I'm from Connecticut, and my background is healthcare. I'm in healthcare right now.
All right, healthcare. Jamel, I saw your name pop up in the system. I love the fact that I don't have to chase people. I ain't got to beg people. I ain't got to follow up with people. Everybody wants to learn about this AI craze and what we're doing and then how we're applying it to our entire offense. Why are you so excited? What made you say, Brian, I'm in and I love this AI industry?
So AI's been like everywhere, like all over social media, all over the commercials. Like I kept hearing about it. And so it was like what you were saying with the times and the waves and the dot-com era. And it's like I've been through a lot of those and I kind of missed it. So I'm like, AI, this is it. I'm not missing this.
You're
I
not gonna
can't
miss
miss
another
this.
one, right? How Jamel, they say opportunities aren't missed, they just pass to the next prepared person. So now you prepared this time, right? How do you see
Yes.
AI like operating in your life? I know for me, I was putting together my funnel today, which is very simple. You just plug and play. I have a twin that I'm developing, so he can be in multiple places, making me money while I'm asleep. He speaks 180 different languages. All these things are included in your tools. You can develop websites and multiple businesses for multiple sites for multiple people, however you want to do it. How do you see it affecting you, or has it affected you already?
So I finished um uploading my picture and actually doing my twin today, and that part was amazing. Amazing. It's like it's another me. It's like it's a twin.
Right. All we need is another one of us running around, right? The world ain't ready for AI Bean, okay? He's out there just running his mouth, and I'm gonna make him better and better and sharper and sharper and stronger. I salute you. Welcome to Extra Digit Global. Y'all, she just joined the business today. We've been talking all week to brand new people who joined the business, man. Y'all show Jamel some love. Let her know she's in the building and appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Welcome,
Congratulations and
welcome.
welcome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Jamel.
Jamel. Congratulations.
It's at the right time.
And let me tell y'all something. I got another young lady. This young lady is one of my favorite people on the planet. You know why? Because she put herself in a position at an early age to become a young millionaire. Okay. She put herself in a position to win time and time and time again. And she is the kind of person that at her age, with her influence and her ability to communicate these things, she's going to be the kind of person we lean on to bring all the youth into the movement. Y'all do me a favor and give it up for my good friend, Miss Kayla Party. Kayla, come off mute. Talk to me. Talk.
Hey,
Kayla,
Kayla.
what's
Hey, Kayla.
up?
Yeah, buddy.
Miss Kayla,
Hey.
welcome.
Let me find her real quick. So, Kayla, I'm going to pull you up. You said you been waiting on something like this. Okay, hold on. Where is she? Kayla, raise your virtual hand for me. You out there? You out there? I just saw you. There you go. Kayla, you've been waiting on something like this. Why is your generation so excited about this new technology? How do you see it playing a part in people? Tell everybody your age and how you plan on pioneering this thing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kayla. I'm 24 years old. And for me personally, our generation, I mean, it's told that we're lazy, but to be transparent, there was something that we realized is that we could earn more and do less. And that's where automation really came from. And now it's just driving like no tomorrow. So, in regard to us starting to go global when it comes to I personally was looking at a CRM because I've heard a lot about how the industry of network marketing could be, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be calling all these people. I have to figure out how to make this easier, how to make this seamless. So I started to look up CRMs on my own. And to be transparent, a lot of these systems don't come with what we have all packaged up. And I see completely why, for one, you've accomplished what you did and you are who you are just because of what we have access to. And CRMs alone, a lot of them can get pricey. When I used to work in technology, I used to be a part of the team that built. So I know what the automation can do and how you don't have to be tech savvy. You don't have to be somebody who learned about this at a young age. What we have is very beginner friendly and it is a game changer. But like you said, you just have to get started. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. And I think that's what's critical about what we're doing. And shout out to JP, who's new here, how she said she immediately already got her twin and got going. And that's literally what this is about. I'm super excited to start my twin and my process for myself. But to me, it's just the automation and what we do. And that is what's going to make not necessarily the world spin faster, but some people like are I see a lot. People are like, oh, I worked too hard for this. It's not about hard work anymore, to be completely honest. And a lot of our generation sees that even people younger than me have thought about ways to work a lot smarter. And that's what it's about. Who can think better and more efficiently? And the fact that we have access to tools and frameworks like this, I mean, the world is ours. That's how I feel.
I love it, man. Kayla, I've seen some bootleg companies. I've seen companies that don't care about marketing. I've seen companies where people can't put two sentences together. I've seen companies where they didn't listen to the field. I've seen companies where the president wasn't presidential. What did you feel last night about his demonstration and what he showed with the automation of how easy this tool is?
So I'm a very straightforward person. I love people who are straightforward, cut the fluff, cut the BS. And so I like how we're talking about what it is that we offer and how it could change someone's life. And that's what this is about. It's not and also the industry. Like people like to know numbers. People need to know how can they fit in. And if you're seeing an industry is booming, just how what we talked about with crypto, there was a conversation about, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Now there's conversations about AI. And I feel like on a subconscious level, a lot of people sometimes think or feel like they're too late or they're too far behind, but like it is the perfect time to get in. There are so many people who don't even know that stuff like this exists. And again, me having a technical background, I know this is amazing. This can take you from, like I say all the time, confused to confident, 0 to 100 in a matter of days. And that's what it's really about. Like you said before, at once it was about how productive can you be, but now it's about how efficient can you be, what information can you get, who can you collaborate with. But now with AI, it's not just who, it's what. And when they're talking about AI replacing people, it's not just that, but it's like there are going to be new systems and teams that are built with people working with AI. And so now it's about learning this information. How do you learn, mastering how you learn, and being able to duplicate that within yourself and others. And that's the zone of genius for people, learning how they learn and put that in artificial intelligence.
I love it. I love it. Well, girl, I'm glad to have you on board. Extra Digi Global. You ready to have a team international now?
Absolutely. I was literally on live last night and somebody on my live was in New Zealand. So I have to start going live more and reaching out to that global demographic.
And AI will take you there, man. I appreciate it. Listen, guys, that's my time. Thank you, Kayla. Do me a favor, guys. Get with the person that introduced you to this series. This is called The Truth About Money. We give you some money and mindset principles, then we back it with our current partnership to use AI to bring to the community, where I'm going to show you guys some partnerships that you would not believe that I'm forming behind the scenes. Those partnerships are going to be cultivated in December. So for November, we're getting you comfortable with your twin, comfortable with the system, comfortable with your website, comfortable with the funnels. You got about 30 days, because in December, I'm going to hit you right with some income streams, modern and traditional, to help you catch up if you feel like you're a bit behind financially. Listen, Monday, I'm back right here, same Zoom, same time. Tell everybody you know. Free game, free value. Get with the person that introduced you tonight and get your twin, $49 or $99, depending on what package you want to use. Get it, get your affiliate link, start using it, and I'll be back Monday with some more knowledge and more game to teach you guys the simple steps that my mentors taught me and how you can monetize it at the same time. Remember, broke is loud, rich is noisy, but wealth whispers. See you guys Monday, same time, same password.